Hello viewers, welcome to May June 2019 WAEC, also known as WASSCE, past questions and detailed solution. General Mathematics, Mathematics Core, Paper 1, Objective Test, questions 1 to 50. Solution to 50 questions in one video. Question 1. Express correct to 3SF 0.003597. SF simply means non-zero digits from the left. So the first three non-zero digits from the left we must consider 9. Consider 9. 9 is the third non-zero digit. The next number is 7. You round 7 up to 1. You add it to 9, becomes 10. You put down 0, you carry 1. You add the 1 to 5, it becomes 3. Becomes 6. Becomes 6. So you have 0.00360. C is the correct option. Question 2. Evaluate 0.064 to the power of minus 1 over 3. What to do first is to convert this decimal number to or decimal fraction to ordinary or common fraction. That is 64 over 1000. From the negative index of indices, for this sign to disappear, you can invert this fraction to 1000 over 64. So what you have here is cube root. To do that easily without calculator, you can express 1000 such that the power is 3 to take care of cube root. You do that for both 1064. So you have 10 square, 10 cube over 4 cube to the power of 1 over 3. So if you factor out this power of 3 from the numerator and denominator, when it multiplies 1 over 3, you are left with 1. So you have 10 over 4, which reduces to 5 over 2. 5 over 2. A is the correct option. Question 3. Solve y plus 1 over 2 minus 2y minus 1 over 3 equal to 4. Solution. This is what you are asked to solve. I always prefer clearing fractions, and to do that, you multiply through each term by the LCM of the denominators 3 and 2, which is 6. If you multiply the first term by 6, you are left with 3 multiplying y plus 1. If you multiply the second term by 6, the LCM, you are left with 2 into 2y minus 1. You multiply the right hand side with 6, you have 24. If you open the first bracket with 3, you have 3y plus 3. If you open the second bracket with minus 2, you have minus 4y plus 2. Minus 2 times minus 1 is plus 2. You add the like terms in the left hand side, you have minus y plus 5 equal to 24. If you collect like terms, minus y is equal to 24 minus 5 minus y is equal to 19. To get y, multiply through by minus 1. So y is equal to minus 19. B is the correct option. Question 4. Simplify correct to 3SF 27.63 squared minus 12.37 squared. You can do this easily with your calculator, but assuming you don't have a calculator, you have to go by difference of two squares. So by difference of two squares, if you factorize, you have this and this. When you subtract, you have 15.26. If you add, you have 40. If you multiply, you have 610.4. So to 3SF, we consider 610. The next number is not up to 5. You round it down to 0. So you have 610. D is the correct option. Question 5. If 7 plus y is equal to 4 modulo 8, find the least value of y in the range 10 less than equal to y less than equal to 30. So let's solve for y first. Collect like terms in this place. You have y equal to, you transfer plus 7 becomes minus 7 plus 4 modulo 8. Y is equal to minus 3 modulo 8. Now modulo 8 has 8 elements or residues from 0 to 7. So minus 3 is not an element in modulo 8. If you deal with that first, you simply add 8 to minus 3, that gives you 5. In other words, minus 3 is equivalent to 5 in modulo 8. Now, the least value in the interval is simply that number that modulo 8 will divide to give a remainder of 5, and such number is 13. If you divide 13 by 8, you have one remainder 5. The least number is 13. So B is the correct option. Question 6. The set T is a set of prime numbers. The set M is set of odd numbers. They are all subsets of the universal set. This so that S lies between 0 less than equal to S less than equal to 10, and S is an integer. Find T complement intersection M complement. By this given range for universal set, we have 1 and 10 inclusive because S is strictly less than 0. So you have this as universal set. From this place you define set T, that is set of prime numbers. Prime numbers are numbers with two factors, 1 and itself. From that 1 to 10, you have 2, 3, 5, 7. The M, odd numbers, numbers that when 2 divide them, there is a remainder of 1. Such numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. So let's get T complement. T complement means the element in the universal set but not in set T, and you have this element. The M complement, the element in universal set but not in set M, so you have this. So the intersection of T complement and M complement is what both sets have in common elements, and you have 4, 6, 8 and 10 and 10. So by this we have A is the correct option. A is the correct option. Question 7. Evaluate log 9 base 3 minus log 8 base 2 over log 9 base 3. In the numerator, you cannot apply subtraction law because the bases are different. So we try to simplify the number to have the base in return. So for that, you have log 9 base 3 as log 3 square base 3 minus log 2 cube base 2 over log 3 square base 3. By the power law of logarithm, the power goes back to multiply. So if that happens, you have 2 coming back to multiply log 3 3, then you have 3 multiply log 2 2 over 2 multiply log 3 3. From the laws of logarithm, logarithm of its own base is 1, so this becomes 1, here is 1, and here is 1, and you are left with 2 minus 3 over 2 is what is remaining. 2 minus 3 over 2, and when you subtract, you have minus 1 over 2. D is the correct option. Question 8. If 2 3 base y is equal to 1 1 1 1 base 2, find the value of y. You simply convert both sides to base 10. 10 is the common base, and to do that, you multiply each digit in both sides by the respective base, and you attach the position of each digit to the base starting with 0. So the position of 3 is 1, position of 3 is 0, position of 2 is 1. Therefore this you have 0 1 2 3. So you have 2 times y power 1 plus 3 times y power 0 equal to 1 times 2 power 3 plus 1 times 2 power 2 plus 1 times 2 power 1 plus 1 times 2 power 0. You have 2y plus 3. Y power 0 is 1, so 3 is remaining. Then 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. When you add up, you have 2 plus 3 equal to 15. Collect like terms. 2y is equal to 15 minus 3, and that is 12. Divide both sides by 2. Y is equal to 6. C is the correct option. Question 9. If 6, p, and 14 are consecutive terms in an arithmetic progression, find the value of p. That is quite simple. In an AP, you always get the common difference. Now the common difference is always constant between any two terms, and it is equal. So you have second term minus first term is equal to third term minus second term, and is equal to fourth term minus third term, and so on. In the AP, p is second term minus 6 first term equal to 14 is the third term minus p the second term. If you collect like terms, you have p plus p equal to 14 plus 6, that is 2p equal to 10 equal to 20. 2p equal to 20. Divide both sides by 2, p is equal to 10. B is the correct option. Question 10. Evaluate 2 root 28 minus 3 root 50 plus root 72. Now, one thing about addition and subtraction of surd is that you can only add or subtract similar surd. So going by that, at this step you conclude that you cannot add or subtract. You don't start with that. You have to ensure that the given numbers are expressed in simplest form. Now in 28, you look for one of each factor that is a prime, that is a perfect number. It's a perfect number. The same thing you do for 50 and 72. So you have this problem. 28 can be expressed as 4 times 7 under the root. 50, 25 times 10 times 2, 25 times 2 under the root. 72, 36 times 2 under the root. Now root 4 is 2. 2 times 2, okay, you have it there. 2 times 2 root 7 minus 3 times 5 root 2 plus 36, the root is 6, so you have 6 root 2. If you simplify further, you have 4 root 7 minus 15 root 2 plus 6 root 2. The last two terms can be added, so you have 4 root 7 minus 15 plus 6. You have minus 9, so you have minus 9 root 2. Root 7 and root 2 cannot be subtracted. They are not similar. So C is the correct option. Petakus Simplified Maths. If you are viewing and watching from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like and share PSM videos. If you are viewing and watching from Facebook, follow and like the page. Also share PSM videos. Question 11. If m ratio n is equal to 2 ratio 1, evaluate 3m squared minus 2n squared over m squared plus mn. By the given ratio, it implies that m is equal to 2 and n equal to 1. So in the expression, in the algebraic expression or algebraic fraction, where you have m, you replace m with 2, you replace n with 1, and you have this step. If you simplify further, you have 12 minus 2 over 4 plus 2, and that gives 10 over 6. Divide through by 2, you have 5 over 3. B is the correct option. Question 12. H varies directly as P and inversely as the square of y. If H equal to 1, P equal to 8, y equal to 2, find H in terms of P and y. That is simply the equation that is connecting H, P, and y. H varies directly as P and inversely as y squared. This is what you have there. In variation, we always do away with the symbol of variation. As you are doing that, you introduce the constant of variation, so you have it this form. The reason why H is equal to 1, P is equal to 8, and y is equal to 2 is to enable you find K. So you replace H, P, and y with their respective value in this formula. If you clear fractions, you have 4 equal to 8k, and k is 4 over 8. If you reduce, you have 1 over 2. So you write the formula and you replace k with 1 over 2 in this form. Now 2 is denominator, it can come down and multiply y squared. So you have p over 2y squared. C is the correct option. Question 13. Solve 4s squared minus 16s plus 15 equal to 0. Let us compare the given equation with the general quadratic equation of as squared plus bs plus c equal to 0. Agree with me that a is equal to 4, coefficient of s squared. B is equal to minus 16, coefficient of s, and c is equal to, b is minus 16, coefficient of s, and c is equal to 15, the constant term. Whenever a is not equal to 1, you always look for AC, and AC means 4 times 15, that is 60. Your attention is now on 60, not 15. So you get two factors of 60 that the sum is minus 16 in s and the product is 60. Such factors must be minus 10 minus 6. So you write minus 10 minus 6 in s in this form and replace the middle term with the factors. The purpose is to get 4 terms so that you factorize by grouping. The first 2 terms, take the first group, the last 2 terms, the second group. Ensure that the 2 groups are separated with a plus sign. From the first group, 2s is common. If you factor out 2s, you are left with 2s minus 5. From the second group, you factor out minus 3 and you have 2s minus 5 equal to 0. Clearly, 2s minus 5 is common. If you take it out again, you are left with 2s here and minus 3, which forms the other bracket, and you equate both to 0. You equate each term to 0 and you have 2s minus 5 equal to 0, or 2s minus 3 equal to 0. If you transfer the respective constant terms to the right hand side, you have 2s equal to 5 or 2s equal to 3. Divide through by 2 in both linear equations and you have s equal to 5 over 2 or s equal to 3 over 2. If you expressed in mixed fractions, you have s equal to 2 whole number 1 over 2 or s equal to 1 whole number 1 over 2. So B is the correct option. Question 14. Evaluate 0.42 divided by 2.5 over 0.5 times 2.05, leaving your answer in standard form. So you have the problem. If you simplify the numerator, you have 0.168. The denominator, you have 1.025. If you divide both, you have 0.1636. In standard form, decimal point is always between the first 2 non-zero numbers, so you move the point to between 1 and 6. As you are doing that, you multiply by 10. Now, when the movement is forward from left to right, the power is negative. Because you moved once, you have power of minus 1. For that reason, C is the correct option. Meanwhile, if you are moving backward from right to left, the power is positive. If you are moving forward from left to right, the power is negative. Question 15. Simplify log 6 base 10 minus 3 log 3 base 10 plus 2 over 3 log 27 base 10. We have the same basis all through, so we can apply subtraction law and subtraction law and addition law. Before that, the coefficient ought to be 1 in each case, just like the way this one is. So by power law, you take 3 back, it becomes power to this 3. You take 2 over 3 back, to becomes power to 27, and that is what you have here. All right, so you have log 6 base 10 remains the same. Now 3 cube is 27, so you have log 27 base 10. Now if you come here, this over 3 means cube root, so cube root of 27 is 3, and 3 square is 9. So we can apply the law of addition by taking this and this. That law implies multiplication of the number, so you have 6 times 9, and subtraction implies division, so you have over 27. You divide 9 and 27 by 9, 3 is remaining here, here becomes 1. You divide 6 by 3, you have 2, so you have log 2 base 10. B is the correct option. Question 16. Bala sold an article for 6,900 naira and made a profit of 15%. Calculate his percentage profit if he had sold it for 6,600 naira. So from the first statement, you need to get the cost price before you can calculate percentage profit on the new selling price. So selling price is 6,900, the profit made 15%, cost price is unknown. So you have this formula for percentage profit. So the profit there is 15%, which simplifies to 15 over 100. This term here has taken care of this 100. So you have selling price minus cost price over cost price. If you cross multiply, you have this. If you open the bracket, you have this expression. If you collect like terms, you have this, and when you add, you have this. To get the cost price, divide both sides by 115, and that is 6,000 naira. With this cost price, we cannot calculate the percentage profit for the new selling price. So if he had sold it for 6,600, profit is selling price minus cost price. The cost price is 6,000. So on that transaction, the profit is 600, and percentage profit is profit over cost price times 100. That is 600 over 6,000 times 100, and that simplifies to 10%. B is the correct option. Question 17. If 3p is equal to 4q and 9p is equal to 8q minus 12, find the value of pq. That is p times q. So we have two equations. From equation 1, let's make the p the subject, so you divide through by 3. So p is equal to 4 over 3q. Let's call that equation 3. Equation 1 produce 3. To continue with the solving, you have to put equation 3 into equation 2. Equation 1 produce 3, 3 into to continue. So this is equation 2. Anywhere you see p, you replace it with 4 over 3q, and that is what you have here. Now if you divide 9 by 3, you have 3. 3 times 4, you have 12. That is 12q equal to 8q minus 12. Collect like terms, you have 12q minus 8q equal to minus 12, and that is 4q equal to minus 12. Divide through by 4, q is equal to minus 3. We can get p easily using equation 3. This is equation 3. You replace q with minus 3, and you have 4 over 3 times minus 3. 3 cancel 3, you have minus 1 times 4, that is minus 4. Therefore, pq is equal to minus 4 for p times minus 3 for q, and that is 12. A is the correct option. Question 18. If 0.25 power y is equal to 32, find the value of y. What you have here is exponential equation, so let us deal with it as such. First, let us convert this decimal fraction to ordinary fraction or common fraction, and you have 25 over 100 to the power of y equal to 32. If you reduce 25 over 100, you have 1 over 4 to the power of y equal to 32. The lowest base to 4 and 32 is base 2. So you have 1 over 2 square power y equal to 2 power 5. Before we can equate the bases, they must be at the same level. So if you reverse this by negative index, if you take 2 up, you have 2 to the power of minus 2. Then power of y equal to 2 power 5. If you multiply the powers, you have 2 power minus 2y equal to 2 power 5. If you equate the bases, you have the powers equal. That is minus 2y over 5. Divide through by minus 2, y is equal to minus 5 over 2. A is the correct option. Question 19. There are 8 boys and 4 girls in a lift. What is the probability that the first person who steps out of the lift will be a boy? That is simple. Number of boys over the total, that is both boys and girls, that is 8 over 8 plus 4, that is 8 over 12. If you divide through by 4, you have 2 over 3. C is the correct option. Question 20. Simplify s squared minus 5s minus 14 over s squared minus 9s plus 14. Don't make the mistake of cancelling 14 with 14. No, what you have is quadratic expression in both numerator and denominator, and you are expected to factorize both sides. So if you factorize, you have this final result. You see that there are 2 common factors, they will cancel out, and you are left with s plus 2 over s minus 2. So D is the correct option. Petakus Simplified Maths. If you are viewing and watching from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to get more updates from time to time. Like, share PSM videos. If you are viewing from YouTube, okay, if you are viewing from Facebook, follow and like the page. Also share PSM videos. Question 21. Which of these values would make 3p minus 1 over p squared minus p undefined? For undefined expression, equate the denominator to 0. So you have p squared minus p equal to 0. You factor out p, you have p bracket open, p minus 1 bracket close equal to 0. You equate each factor to 0 and you have p equal to 0 or p minus 1 equal to 0. If you transfer minus 1 to the right hand side, you have p equal to 0 or minus 1 or minus 1. So we have A, the correct option. Question 22. The total surface area of a solid cylinder is 165 square centimeters. If the base diameter is 7 cm, calculate its height. For a cylinder, this is the total surface area, curved surface area plus area of the circular base. What we have there is radius, not diameter, but radius is diameter over 2. That is 7 over 2. The surface area is 165 equal to 2 times pi 22 over 7 times radius 7 over 2, height is unknown, plus 2 times 22 over 7. Because of arrow square, you have 7 over 2 times 7 over 2. From here, we can clear some terms. 2, we remove 2. You have 7, cancel 7. You are left with 22h. Then from here, 7, we cancelled 7. Now, 2, we remove 2. You divide 22 by 2, you have 11. 11 times 7 is 77. Collect like terms, you have 165 minus 77 equal to 22h. You have 88 equal to 22h. To get h, divide both sides by 22 and you have h equal to 88 over 22, and that is 4 centimeters. C is the correct option. Question 23. If 2 power a is equal to root 64 and b over a equal to 3, evaluate a squared plus b squared. So let's get a and b values. From the first term there, 2 power a is equal to 8. Now you can express 8 in base 2. So you have 2 power a equal to 2 power 3. If you equate the bases, a is equal to 3. The second term, b over a is equal to 3. This implies that b over 3 is equal to 3 because a is 3. If you cross multiply, you have b equal to 3 times 3, that is 9. Therefore, a squared plus b squared becomes 3 squared plus 9 squared, and that is 9 plus 81, and you have 90. C is the correct option. Question 24. In triangle SYZ, side YZ is 32 cm, that is this side 32. Angle YSZ 52 degrees. Angle SZY 90 degrees. Find correct to the nearest centimeter, the side SZ. Now from this information, SZ is adjacent, YZ is opposite, so we can use tangent to get SZ. So tan 52 degrees is equal to opposite over adjacent. You have it in this form. Opposite is 32, adjacent is SZ. To get SZ, you have to make SZ the subject, and you have it in this form. If you check tan 52 degrees, you have 32 over 1.2799. If you divide, you have 25.0019. To the nearest centimeter, you must consider 25. The next number is 0. Round it down to 0, and you have 25 to the nearest centimeter. B is the correct option. Question 25. If log 2 base s is equal to 0.3, evaluate log 8 base s. So you have log 2 base s equal to this, then log 8 base s equal to unknown. We can simplify log 8 base 10 base s to get log 2 base s. So you express 8 as 2 cubed. By power law of logarithm, the power 3 is allowed to multiply the log in this form. Now log 2 base s is 3. Therefore 3 log 2 base s is equal to 3 times 0.3, and that is 0.9. C is the correct option. Question 26. An arc subtends an angle of 72 degrees at the center of a circle. Find the length of arc if the radius of the circle is 3.5 cm. Take pi equal to 22 over 7. This is the length of arc formula. The angle is 72 degrees. The radius is 3.5. If you simplify, if you reduce these two, you have 1 over 5. You multiply 2 by 22 by 3.5. You have 154 over 7. If you multiply and reduce and divide, you have 4.4 centimeters. C is the correct option. Question 27. Make B the subject of the relation IB equal to 1 over 2 bracket open A plus B bracket close times H. So this is a given relation. Let us clear the fraction first, and you have 2IB equal to A plus B in bracket times H. Because B is here and we need this B, you have to open the bracket, and you have 2LB, 2IB equal to AH plus BH. Collect like terms, you have 2IB minus BH equal to AH. You factor out B from the left hand side, you have this result. You divide both sides by the coefficient of B, you have B equal to AH over 2I minus H. A is the correct option. Question 28. Eric sold his house through an agent who charged 8% commission on the selling price. If Eric received 117,760 dollars after the sales, what was the selling price of the house? So let the selling price be S. Commission is 8% of S. Now the amount he received is the commission subtracted from selling price. You have it in this form. So selling price is S. The commission is 8% of S. That is 8 over 100 times S, and this is the amount received. Multiply through by 100 to clear fraction. You have this expression. If you subtract the left hand side, you have 92s equal to this amount. Divide both sides by 92, and S, the selling price, is equal to $128,000. B is the correct option. Question 29. Find the angle which an arc of length 22 cm subtends at the center of a circle of radius 15 cm. So this is a length of arc formula. In this question, the length of the arc is 2 cm. You are asked to find the angle while radius is 15. If you reduce 2 with 360, you have 180. If you reduce 22 and 180 with 2, you have 1190. So you have this expression. Again, you can reduce 15 with 90, and you have 6 there. That is theta over 6 times 11 over 7, and you have 22 equal to that expression. So clear the fractions by multiply through by 6 times 7, and you have this result. To get theta, divide both sides by 11. If you do that, theta is equal to 22 times 6 times 7 divided by 11. You reduce 22 and 11 by 11, you have 2 times 6 times 7, and that is 84 degrees. B is the correct option. Question 30. A rectangle board has length 15 cm and width SCM. If its sides are doubled, find the new area. Area of the rectangle is length times breadth, that is 15 times S, with doubled sides. If you double 15, that is 15 times 2, or 15 plus 15, you have 30 times. If you double S, you have 2S. If you multiply, you have 60S squared centimeters. A is the correct option. Petakus Simplified Maths. If you are viewing and watching from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share PSM videos. If you are viewing and watching from Facebook, follow and like the page. Also share PSM videos. Question 31. In the diagram, POS and ROT are straight lines. OPRQ is a parallelogram. OS equal to OT and angle OST. That is this angle equal to 50 degrees. Calculate the value of angle OPQ. That is, find this angle. Now, because OS is equal to OT, it means triangle SOT is isosceles triangle. By that reason, the base angles are equal. So if here is 50, here is 50, this angle is 80 degrees. Here also is 80 degrees, vertically opposite angles. And here is also 80, that is opposite angles of a parallelogram. Now these two angles are also equal. So let's say here is S, this angle is S, and this angle is S. If you add 80 plus 80 plus S plus S, the sum is 360 degrees. Sum of angles in a quadrilateral. That is the step you have here. So when you add and collect like terms, you have 2s equal to 360 minus 160, and that is 200 degrees. Divide both sides by 2, s is equal to 100 degrees. Therefore, angle OPQ is 100 degrees. A is the correct option. Question 32. Factorize completely 2s plus 2y in bracket, s minus y is in bracket, plus 2s minus 2y in bracket, and s plus y in bracket. From the first bracket, in the first term, you can factor out 2. The same thing with the first bracket in the second term, and you have this result. If you look at this very well, your mind should flash to difference of 2 squares in both terms. So you have this result. If you open the bracket now, you have 2s squared minus 2y squared plus 2s squared minus 2y squared. No term can cancel out. When you add, you have 4s squared minus 4y squared. You factor out 4, you have s squared minus y squared. And by difference of 2 squares again, you have 4 bracket open s minus y and s plus y. A is the correct option. Question 33. The interior angles of a polygon are 2s degrees, 3s degrees, 2s degrees, 4s degrees, 3s degrees, and 6s degrees. Find the size of the smallest angle of the polygon. Solution. The sum of the interior angles of a polygon is given by this formula, or you have 2n minus 4 times 90 degrees. So you add all the interior angles and you equate it to the sum. So you have 18s degrees equal to, the angles are 5. That means n is 5. So 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 times 180, you have 540 degrees. To get s, divide both sides by 18, and s is equal to 30 degrees. The size of the smallest angle is 30 degrees, and that is option D. Question 34. A box contains 2 white and 2 and 3 blue identical balls. If 2 balls are picked at random from the box, one after the other with replacement, what is the probability that they are of different color? With replacement, the total is not affected. Now, because you have 2 balls that you pick one after the other, the first could be white, second blue, or blue white. So for that reason, you have probability different colors is equal to probability the first can be white, second blue, or first can be blue and second is white. And you know or means addition, while this is multiplication, you add both together. Number of white ball is 2, total is 5, times number of blue balls is 3, total is 5, plus same thing here. If you multiply, you have 6 over 25 plus 6 over 25. You have identical or like fractions. You simply add the numerators and you have 12 over 25. D is the correct option. Question 35. Find the equation of a straight line passing through the points 1 minus 5 and having a gradient of 3 over 4. Since we have the gradient already, we can use this as the equation of such a line. From the given point, S1 is 1 and Y1 is minus 5. So you put all the values in that equation and you have this. You clear the fraction by using 4 to multiply through, hence you have 4 bracket open, minus is plus. So you have y plus 5 equal to 3 into s minus 1. If you open the bracket with their respective coefficients, you have 4y plus 20 equal to 3s minus 3. Looking at the option, you have to move all the terms to one side for it to have 0 at the right hand side. So you have 3. So we are moving the terms to the right hand side to have s first. So you have 3s, then you move plus 4y becomes minus 4y, minus 3 is there. You move plus 20 becomes minus 20 equal to 0, and you have 3s minus 4y minus 23 equal to 0. D is the correct option. Question 36. The foot of a ladder is 6 meters from the base of an electric pole. The top of the ladder rests against the pole at a point 8 meters above the ground. How long is the ladder? LE is the ladder, EF is the electric pole, FL you have the ground level. So the length of the ladder becomes the hypotenuse in the diagram that result. So by Pythagoras rule, you have the length L squared is equal to 8 squared plus 6 squared. That simplifies to 100. To get the length, which is s, you take the roots of both sides. So s is equal to square root of 100, and that is 10 meters. C is the correct option. Question 37. If tan s is equal to 3 over 4, 0 degrees less than s less than 90 degrees, evaluate cos s over 2 sin s. In order to evaluate cos and sine, we need hypotenuse. From the information about tan s, we get the hypotenuse by considering a right angle triangle of this manner, where s is the acute angle and 3 facing s is opposite, 4 is adjacent. by Pythagoras rule, the hypotenuse AC is equal to 5. So we get cos S. Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. That is 4 over 3. 4 over 5. 4 over 5. 2 sine S. That is 2 times. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. That is 3 over 5. Multiply by 6 by 2. Multiply by 2, you have 6 over 3. So therefore, cos S over 2 sine S is equal to cos S is 4 over 5. Because both results are fractions, let's use division sign in place of division line, and you have 6 over 5. Anytime you have to divide fraction, division sign always changes to multiplication, and you invert the fraction at the right side. So you have 4 over 5 times 5 over 6. 5 will cancel 5. You have 4 over 6 remaining. Divide through by 2. You have 2 over 3. D is the correct option. Question 38. From the top of a vertical cliff 20 meters high, a boat at sea can be sighted 75 meters away and on the same horizontal position as the foot of the cliff. Calculate, correct to the nearest degree, the angle of depression of the boat from the top of the cliff. So the cliff is AC. We have an observer somewhere here trying to look at the boat at the sea level. So from the eye level to the line joining the observer and the boat, the angle formed there is angle of depression, and that is theta. So the height of the cliff is 20 meters and the other side 75. Now we cannot get angle of depression until we know angle of elevation. And angle of elevation and depression, they are always equal. Automatically you have theta and theta. Considering AC and BC, what we have there is sine, because sine is defined as the ratio of opposite to hypotenuse. So you have sine theta equal to 20 over 75, and that simplified to 0.2666. To get theta, take the inverse of sine of 0.2666, and you have theta in this form, and that gives for 15.46 degrees. To the nearest degree, we consider 15. The next digit is 4. 4 is not up to 5. You round it down to 0 and you have 15 degrees. So D is the correct option. Question 39. In the diagram, O is the center of the circle of radius 18 centimeters. If angle ZSY is 70 degrees, calculate the length of arc ZY. This is the length of arc ZY. So we need the angle subtended by the arc. That angle is unknown, but that angle is 2 times 70 degrees, because angle at center is twice angle at circumference. So the angle subtended by the arc ZOY is 140 degrees. This is the length of arc formula. So you have the angle 140 over 360 times 2 times 22 over 7 times the radius 18. If you reduce and simplify, you have 44 centimeters as the length of the arc ZY. C is the correct option. In the diagram, arrow T is a tangent to the circle at arrow. Angle PQ arrow, that is PQ arrow. The whole of this angle 70 degrees. Angle Q arrow T, that is Q arrow T is 52 degrees. Angle Q S arrow, this angle Q S arrow is Y, and angle P arrow Q, this angle is equal to S. Use diagram to answer questions 40 and 41. Question 40, find the value of Y. This is angle Y now. You find this value. This angle here, this angle is equal to Y, angle in alternate segments. Angle in alternate segment. So Y is 52 degrees. C is the correct option. Question 41, calculate the value of S. That is this place now. This angle is angle S. Now we have a triangle there. Now this angle also is equal to this angle here, is also equal to this angle alternate segment. So if you add this angle to S and this angle here is 70 degrees, the sum is 180. That is what you have here. So S is equal to 180 degrees minus 122 degrees. If you add 5, 2 and 70, and when you subtract, you have 58 degrees. So B is the correct option. Petakus Simplified Maths. If you are viewing and watching from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Like and share PSM videos. If you are viewing and watching from Facebook, follow and like the page. Also share PSM videos. Question 42. Calculate the variance of 2, 4, 7, 8 and 9. The data, they are ungrouped without frequency. So you can find the variance using this formula. In this formula, you need to get S bar first. S bar is the mean, and S bar is the summation of all the data points divided by how many times they occur. That is 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 divided by 5. If you add together, you have 30 over 5, and that is 6. Now for the variance, you subtract the mean from each data, you square it, and you add to the next until all is considered. So the first one is 2 minus the mean 6 all squared, plus the second one is 4 minus the mean all squared, and so on. 2 minus 6 is minus 4. Minus 4 squared is 16. So you have others plus 4 plus 1 plus 4 plus 9 over 5. If you add, you have 34 over 5, and that gives 6.8. B is the correct option. Question 43. The fourth term of an arithmetic progression AP is 37, and the first term is minus 20. Find the common difference. Because you have the fourth term and the first term, we use the nth term formula of an AP. From the question, the fourth term, t sub 4 is 37. At this point, n is equal to 4. The first term a is minus 20. Common difference d is unknown. You insert everything into the formula and you have t sub 4 equal to minus 20 for the first term plus bracket open n is 4 minus 1 bracket close times d. The fourth term is 37. Then you have this. Collect like terms, you have this. If you add, you have this. Divide both sides by 3. D is equal to 57 over 3, and that is 19. C is the correct option. In diagram, PQ is parallel to ROS. Angle QFG is 105 degrees. Angle FEG 50 degrees. Use the diagram to answer questions 44 and 45. Question 44. Find the value of m. Now look at 50. Look at m, their interior angle, and look at this exterior angle of a triangle. You have it that m plus 50 degrees is equal to 105. You have the reason there to get m. Collect like terms. So m is equal to 105 degrees minus 50 degrees, and that is 5 degrees. D is the correct option. Question 45. Find the value of n. Now these three angles, they are on a straight line. So let's get this place. This angle is equal to 50 alternate angles. So if you add n plus m, and m is 55, plus 50 equal to 180 degrees, n is equal to 180 degrees minus 105 degrees. That is when you add these two angles and you have 75 degrees. C is the correct option. Question 46. A box contains 5 red, 6 green, and 7 yellow pencils of the same size. What is the probability of picking a green pencil at random? That is simple. Number of green pencils over total pencils in the box. That is 6 over 18, which reduces to 1 over 3. C is the correct option. Question 47. The pie chart represents fruits on display in a grocery shop. If there are 60 oranges on display, how many apples are there? So the information about orange should help us to get the total fruits before we can get how many apples are there. To start with, the sectorial angle for orange is needed. That is, you have 60 plus 100 plus 120 plus orange equal to 360 degrees. In other words, if you add the 3 known sectors, subtract it from 360, you have the sectorial angle for orange, and that is what you have here. If you do that, you have 80 degrees. Let number of fruits be S. Now, normally, If you are to get the number of oranges, it is the sectorial angle for orange times the over total angles times total fruit to give you orange. This is what we try to represent in this expression. So we have S, the total fruit. So let's get it. If you reduce this, you have 2 over 9s equal to 60. To get S, you multiply 60 by 9 and divide it by 2, and that is 270 fruits. Therefore, number of apple is simply sectorial angle for apple over total angles times total fruits. That is 120 degrees over 360 degrees times 270. If you reduce and divide, you have 90 apples in the shop. A is the correct option. Use the information to answer questions 48 to 50. The following are scores obtained by some students in a test. You have 8, 18, 10, 14, 18, 11, 13, 14, 13, 17, 15, 8, 16, and 13. Question 48. Find the mode of the distribution. Mode is the score that occur most or many times than other. Such a score is 13. So you have option C is the correct option. The modal score is 13. Question 49. Find the median score. To get the median score, you simply rearrange the scores in ascending order or descending order. I prefer ascending order. This is the ascending order, and from this order the scores are even. That means you have two middle numbers or two middle scores after the arrangement, and you have 13 and 14. So the median is the average of 14 and 13. That is 13 plus 14 divided by 2. So you have 27 over 2, and that is 13.5. Option C is the correct option. That is the median score, the middle score. Question 50. How many students scored above the mean? So you have to get the mean first before you know how many students scored above the mean. To get the mean, you simply add all the scores together and divide it by 14, because you have 14 scores. When you add all together, in doing this, there is no arrangement of any order. You simply add, and when you add, you have 188 over 14, and that is 13.4. So how many students score above 13.4? You have 18 1, 14 2, 18 3, you have 17 4, 15 5, 16 6. Okay, it's remaining 1, 18 1, this is 2, you have 3, you have 4, you have 5, and you have 6. You have 6, and the mean is 13.4. Okay, there's 14 here, so you have 14. That is 7. So 7 students scored above the mean. So D is the correct option. Petakus simplified maths. If you are viewing and watching from YouTube, Don't forget to subscribe, like, share PSM videos. If you are viewing and watching from Facebook, follow, like the page. Also share PSM videos. To end this paper 1, you need to see this. If you are not safe, your life is in crisis. To avoid that, give your life to the one that can save you, and that is the Lord Jesus Christ, and confess him as your Lord and personal Savior every day of your life. If you are saved already, congratulations. Live righteously and be prepared, because on the last day some will be taken and some will be left. Take good care of yourself. Stay out of trouble. Study your books. Do the needful at all times. Flee every appearance of evil. Don't defraud others to make money. Use your hands and your brain to work genuinely and legally, and the Lord will bless you. Goodbye and stay tuned.